Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Speaking Nerd Podcast, the place to talk about all things comics, movies, TV, video games, and everything nerdy.
Yes, sir.
Um, so we're just talking about news today. We were going to talk about, well, I wanted to talk about Falcon and the Winter Soldier this week, but everybody isn't caught up. So I was like, okay, we'll put a pin in that for now and just, you know, maybe do it later. We'll see what happens, but
Is it a coincidence that our other two hosts are not here?
I was just going to mention that. And then I had a topic ready for all of us, but two people aren't here, so it's just like, well, fuck it. We'll talk about news. So yeah, AJ's here with me today, and we're just going over a couple things of news,
Yeah.
some major things, some kind of minuscule stuff,
Some outrage
and
for no
then some
reason
outrage, and
because
then
they are morons.
yeah, and
And if you're a moron, you know who you are.
um, so the first thing that I want to talk about is the return of DC Fandome, which
Prodigal son.
it it was a huge event that happened last year or
Yeah, that
around
was August.
August,
I
and
mean October or
I think it was August, and then they had a second showcase in September, if I remember,
yeah, that was it.
and then no, like it just ended. Nobody knew if there was going to be another one, and some people assumed they would, but I mean, I was just under the
Uh,
impression
I
that
was
like,
I was hoping that we were getting another one.
but the gods have spoken, and we'll be getting
Yes.
another one in October, which
hmm
um,
I'm pumped.
definitely seems fitting for that kind of thing. It's tail end of the year, like some big news is definitely gonna come up about it, and
I think
definitely.
it's the perfect time for something like this.
Mm-hmm.
Be like a yearly thing. Like maybe this will become a regular thing.
I hope it does too. Like
Yeah.
in the midst of everything that's going on with, because Comic Con, you can't really go to Comic Con, and you can't go to.
Can't dress up in inappropriately tight clothes and mingle with people.
No. So
So let's dress up in inappropriately tight clothes in our houses.
yeah,
People can't see us.
yeah. But yeah, this is really cool. I hope that if this does become a yearly thing, it has a sort of consistent date, because it's set for October now, and it was in August in September last year. So I hope that if they do this for 2023 or whatever, then I'm hoping it stays in that October period. And
It at least has like a general season.
mm, yeah,
Autumn.
yeah, yeah, could. And it's like you said, it's pretty much the perfect time,
hmm
especially with you know what we're getting next year with DC projects. So there's definitely a lot of news coming out for that kind of stuff, and maybe some
Also,
kind of genuine surprises that we'll see.
yeah, there could be like I mean we've already got a crap ton coming up, and maybe there's a crap ton more.
Hmm.
I'm really hoping that we get some new stuff.
Yeah. um just kind of you know hypothesizing what we're gonna get. Like, what is probably the thing you're looking forward to the most, like, for an
Batman.
announcement? Yeah.
That's my only answer. The
Yeah,
Batman,
the Batman. Yeah. That
because it's the best DC project coming up. So
yeah, it's probably the thing I'm looking forward to the most, and I'm hoping that if
I'm
we
hoping
do
for
get
longer
anything,
trailer.
another trailer or whatever, I
Mhm.
hope we get some news about the spin-off show for the
Yeah,
Batman.
the GCPD show.
Yes,
I'm really excited for that.
I want a title. I want a teaser. I just want something, even just a photo. I don't give a shit. But like,
So they'll just call it Gotham Central.
yeah. But um, we were talking about this before the podcast started,
hmm
and I know you guys talked about this last week, but that
In the
episode,
in the unreleased cut.
yeah, that episode unfortunately couldn't go up due to some issues, but
Due to Swifty not being able to
so
record on OBS.
so for the teaser, it's the return. They have the John Williams Superman theme play.
The Superman theme.
Yes,
That's
and
Superman.
what are people talking about in the comments?
A certain fan community is getting triggered that they're using the Superman theme because evidently they just love to gripe and complain about the best interpretation of the character in live action. So
I don't get where this underlying hate for DC comes from with these particular fans, but all I want to say on this,
like they preach about wanting like artist independence and whatever. They complain about every other director, every other interpretation of this of these characters, except for a certain Daddy Zach.
mm-hmm.
I mean, it's frustrating.
Here's my stance on this, and I'm going to be really brief, and I'm not going to talk about this very long, but okay. You got what you wanted. They literally gave it to you on a silver platter. That's it. They're not doing anything else. He's not coming back. They're not, stopping everything else just to continue this story that is probably like another
two films,
3 movies, something like that. It's done. That's it. You got what you wanted. Stop it. I don't know what else more to say about it.
But... I mean, like whining about it is not gonna do anything.
No.
They don't care.
No.
I mean, the guys in the suits don't care.
No.
You're not gonna change their minds. I mean, sure, it would be cool to have those certain movies happen on like HBO Max. But whining about it's not gonna do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Unsubscribing to HBO Max, not going to do anything. Seeing these other movies, the Batman, the Shazam sequel, Aquaman sequel, any of those movies, the Suicide Squad, that's not going to do anything. No one's going to care. And you'll just be, I mean, you're basically threatening other artists just to prop up the one you've chosen as your like focus.
Yeah. So
that's all I have to say.
I said this during our video about this certain project that came out that if it's not going to continue as a movie, I would love to see it continue in like a comic book format.
Yeah, I think that would work really well, and it's inexpensive.
Yeah. Like, put out a trade, put out single issues, whatever. Like, they're all going to buy it anyway. So,
yeah.
And without having to spend, millions of dollars, you can just pay a creative team to, or even just like, hey, Zack Snyder, like, you want to write a comic book, like, finish off your whole, series, put it in a comic book.
He could do a Justice League comic. You could do a Batfleck comic,
In a time where we're getting, the Batman 89 comic and,
and the Superman 77.
Yeah, Superman 77. Like, this would be the time to, continue it that way.
It's incredibly opportune, so take that opportunity.
Yeah.
It'll satisfy the people.
Yeah. So, yeah, stop ranting on Twitter. Stop bitching about, that.
It's really annoying, and it does not give your group of people a good name. I mean, like, that one lady that worked for Warner Brothers said that the fan base was like, bad. You're making it look bad.
Mm-hmm.
Acting like this.
Yeah. Um,
And I've tried to defend this group of people in the past, but they're not making it easy.
no, I mean, I can't support them in any way because
Yeah.
they dug themselves a grave during the whole release um release movement, and now they've just gotten even worse with the whole hashtag restore movement. So it's just like you can't win with these people. So um but
We already got some. You already got an entire movie that we wouldn't have gotten.
yeah.
So just chill out.
But speaking of fandoms that kind of bother me a little bit, and this relates to the upcoming Matt Reeves Batman movie, which I'm still really excited about, but I think some fans, you know, are they have some really bad takes on Twitter, and I think that I saw this
The
tweet.
takes.
I saw this tweet going around, and I know that you've interacted with this person.
Oh no.
As a matter of fact, you've actually quoted this tweet, but um, there's a tweet that I saw the other day, which was, if you don't think, or I'm just kind of paraphrasing since I don't remember exactly, but it goes along the lines of, if you don't love Robert Pattinson's Batman, I can't trust you. And it,
Oh,
yeah,
is that Sabrina?
mm-hmm, yeah,
That's not surprising.
okay.
Um, I think she doesn't mean any harm, but that's you know
I'm sure she doesn't like. I'm sure
it's
she's not
it's
causing harm, but it just relates to my whole issue with fandoms. And there's tons of tweet. There's like
I
millions of
think
tweet that's like this about
think I think
individual
people should
fandoms.
just I think people should just be chill. Like if you like Netflix Batman,
Mm-hmm.
cool, that's awesome. I personally don't appreciate that he kills people. I don't think that's what Batman should do, but that's awesome that you love that version of the character.
Yeah, yeah,
If you love Robert Pattinson Batman, which I definitely will, that's awesome.
mm-hmm.
But you don't have to shove it in people's faces.
Yes, yeah. And it's just I saw that, and my first thing that I thought of, because I almost sent a tweet, or I almost quote tweet about it. I was like, the movie's not even out yet. Like we still have a long ways to go before
I mean,
the
we have
movie
like
comes out.
a year.
Yeah, about a year or so. But it's just like,
I'm really excited, but just fans should just be chill
yeah,
about it all.
mm-hmm.
Just be nice to each other. Um, let people love what they love.
Mm-hmm.
Is what I always say. Um,
Yeah. It's just like, if you want to love something, that's fine, but
don't bash something else to prop up what you love.
or don't like force it.
Yeah.
Like it's as simple as that. But
If you want them to love it, just let it be.
yeah,
Because if they're gonna love it, they'll love it. And if they don't, that's fine.
yeah, that's literally it. And if everybody was
Mm-hmm.
like this, then Twitter would be a whole lot better. But
But it wouldn't exist if everybody acted like that.
yeah,
It would just be called friend place
Facebook
or calm discourse.
discourse. um. Anyway, let's move on to another topic before. Actually, you know what? I have one more thing that kind of relates to. Actually, you know what? Never mind. Uh, so the next thing I kind of wanted to talk about was, um, so Justice League. The fine folks over at Warner Brothers did something that set the internet on fire.
Like they do every Tuesday.
Yeah. So a 4K trailer came out for Justice League. Not Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Not
Joss
the
Whedon.
Justice League everybody loves.
No, Joss Whedon's Justice League, which
One everybody hates.
yeah, and this is literally right after the Snyder Cut came out. This is I want almost almost a month now, or over like almost 2 months,
I
I want
mean,
to say. But
no, well, I mean it came out in March, right?
yeah, wasn't that like early March? Like I don't remember. Anyway, so yeah, it felt like you
Done
know
in poor taste.
it poor taste, like a massive slap in the face to people who
Middle finger.
loved.
All the bad things.
Yeah, it's just like, and it's also just like, why?
It's dumb. Like, do you have no intelligence? Are you blind and deaf?
I told AJ this before we started, but I feel like some intern at Warner Brothers, the company heads were just like, put up a Justice League trailer. Who gives a shit? And them
Or,
not knowing what they're doing, grabbed that trailer. It's like, oh, it's a Justice League trailer, so let's just put it out on the internet and call it a day. But
or on the flip side, there's a practical joke. And Warner Brothers just wanted the internet to be all about them.
mm-hmm.
So it's I mean, outrage generates more clicks than love,
Yeah,
and that's just a statistical fact. So I mean, either of those could be true. It doesn't really matter. It's dumb, and
mm-hmm.
yeah,
All right.
it continues. I mean, the internet continues to drive a stake into my bleeding heart of a DC fan.
Yeah, just making every wrong possible decision imaginable. So
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's either the fandom or Warner Brothers that's making a bad decision. Usually the same day.
mm-hmm. Well, it's either the fans complain about some bullshit nobody cares about, or
Or
like the
Warner Brothers
studio is just like,
puts dumb stuff on the internet.
yeah. I mean, it's just like, well, let's just fuck with everybody because we can.
Yeah.
But um, I don't know. It was just a weird thing that happened. So it was worth mentioning anyway because
I mean, it's either really dumb or really smart. Like, either really dumb or they were so smart that they wanted a lot of buzz about them, and that's exactly what happened. Because everybody was talking about Warner Brothers, so.
And I guess if you want to keep people talking about Justice League and all that kind of like, I guess
I mean,
trying to
our outrage will extend the talking about said movie.
yeah, I'm just kind of steering the conversation back to Zack Snyder's Justice League, but
Yeah.
anyway, it's just a whole kind of weird situation, and
It's every day now.
I don't know. I don't
Weird
know
situations.
anymore. Speaking of weird, which this will go to our next topic. So NetherRealm Studios, who are responsible for the Mortal Kombat and Injustice games. I know you probably played the Injustice games over the Mortal Kombat
Yeah,
stuff.
absolutely.
Um,
Have you seen the Mortal Kombat movie?
I have. I wanted to do an episode with Swifty about it because I know that he was going to watch it, and
Probably watch it.
yeah, we're not going to talk about it here just
Yeah.
because like I know that you haven't seen it, so it's not really worth
Is it good
bringing up.
though?
The only thing I'll say about it is that it's a fun movie, and that's it.
I'll enjoy a fun movie.
Yeah.
Like, I'll take a fun movie over a Justice League.
Which is just
Like, I'll take a bad movie that's fun over a bad movie that's bland.
there's nothing more terrible than watching a boring movie.
Like, I'll take a Batman Robin over a Justice League any day.
Yeah. I
Like,
think
Batman Robin is so bad it's good.
Yeah.
And then Justice League is just bad. Anyways, what were you going on about?
So it's been reported that NetherRealm Studios is in development for a Marvel video game,
But
which
yeah, I heard about that.
so
Sounds cool.
this is really strange because especially with all the stuff that they've been doing recently with Mortal Kombat 11, and everybody's been waiting for Injustice 3. Um,
And then they go around and do them instead of a DC game.
it's just like, hey, let's do like a Marvel project, and I'm really curious about it, but at the same time, it's just
Ooh,
like Marvel
what
games of late have been either hit or really, really miss. So,
what if it was like Science, but like Injustice?
um, yeah, that's the thing, because that's the main thing that, I think everybody kind of thinks it's gonna be, which is just another Injustice game, but with Marvel characters, which, you know,
True.
could be fine in
I
its own
hope they do
right.
something new, like
Yeah,
not
but
what
yeah,
people's expecting.
that's the thing that I was gonna say, which is like I want something different. If you're gonna do a
I mean,
Marvel game,
technically, we've already gotten something similar to a Injustice game, but Marvel versus Capcom,
yeah,
whatever. I mean, that's basically it.
yeah,
So I want something new, something fresh, something that no one's gonna guess.
mm-hmm,
And I think NetherRealm's good at that. Just you know, put their brains together and do something new.
mm-hmm. And this actually might be like a good change of pace for another realm.
Hmm?
Because since they started up, Midway, the company they were before Another Realm, you know, when
Yeah,
they started back up again, it was Mortal Kombat Injustice, Mortal Kombat Injustice, Mortal Kombat, and then everybody's just like, oh, Injustice is next. But maybe this is actually kind of a good thing, breaking the cycle, doing something new, like just, um, um, it's just this could be a really good thing. Depends on if the game actually is good. We'll have to see if it does manifest, but um, I don't know. Like, it's a very weird sort of thing. It's like when Traveler's Tales, like the Lego guys made a Marvel game, and
oh yeah. I mean,
is
like if it's better than Avengers, I think we're good.
yeah, yeah. It's just like I'm not expecting it to be like Spider-Man levels because that's as of now that's pretty much in a league of its own. But you know, something fun, entertaining, that sort of thing. Like,
And as
um,
long as it's better than Avengers,
yeah.
please, please, as long as it's better than Avengers, we're good.
Speaking of Avengers, I saw the other day that the some glitch happened and some characters were wearing their MCU getups, and it was. I mean, they looked really good. Like it's one to one the movie's costumes, but at the same time, I'm realizing like, oh, people are gonna have to pay for this. It's just like, why? That game has a whole lot of issues, which I'm probably gonna talk about at some point, um, in a kind of dedicated video, not for the podcast or anything, but just on my channel. But uh,
Someday
that's
I need to talk. Someday I need to talk about how Insomniac Spider-Man is the best Spider-Man movie.
yeah. Well, that's definitely a video idea after you finish up your top 10.
Yeah, I just want to talk about random movies after my top 10. Like, I go through all the Spider-Man movies, and I could talk about like a long time how much I hate uh, the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies.
Mm-hmm. Um, all right. Next thing that I kind of wanted to mention was um, a certain Disney Plus show that's coming out later on. And I know some people are really excited about this, but Hawkeye. I don't know how you feel about it. I'm like leaning towards it being good, especially
Like
what we've gotten recently.
I love the Hawkeye character. I just haven't been. I've felt indifferent for a while.
Yeah.
I mean, because it hasn't really come like soon.
Yeah.
Not that I'm not excited. It's just didn't think about it.
Yeah. I want to be like ecstatic, but like his take in the MCU has not been the greatest. And
I think he was good in Avengers.
the first Avengers.
Yeah, the first Avengers. Um, he was pretty good in Age of Ultron,
Hmm.
and then he just disappeared.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, he was in Civil War. I forgot.
No.
I'm
And then he.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I like forgot uh, half of that movie.
Mhm. Everybody just remembers the airport battle and then the final fight.
Because I mean, it's not as great as everybody says. I mean, it's got a lot of good moments. It's just a little too hyped up.
Um, I was thinking at some point because I'm probably gonna talk about the MCU some point on my channel, like just kind of going through the movies, and I was really worried to talk about Civil War because it's just
Oh
like,
no.
it was one of those movies where I went and saw it. I was like, yeah, this is awesome, like one of the best MCU movies, and then I watch it over the years. It's just like, oh,
It's kind of boring.
it's yeah. Um, yeah, it's just anyway. The thing I wanted to talk about with Hawkeye was a behind the scenes photo came out of Jeremy Renner in costume, and it's he's finally wearing a costume that actually has color in it, and it's shocking for Hawkeye.
I swear, if he does not wear the full classic costume at some point, I will scream
Um,
because I need it. I don't care if anybody hates it, but I need it.
I would just love to see that in reference, like just like in the Black Widow movie, like because they're probably going to talk about like they're going to flash back to you know Budapest and all that other shit that happened with her and Clint. I just want to see like the mask he's wearing.
Yes.
That would be
I just
amazing.
I need one scene with that classic costume.
Yeah.
I don't care. I need one scene of Jeremy Renner in the classic costume. Like, is it too much to ask for like some classic costumes in movies?
Mm-hmm.
Still haven't gotten Batman in the blue costume, which is green.
Yeah.
So they took the trunks off of Superman, which is dumb. So Henry Cavill's suit is way too bland.
Mm-hmm.
That's a story for another day.
I think at some point when we talk about Superman suits on my channel, like I'll bring you in for that. We'll talk about that.
I mean, like top three are Christopher Reeve's Superman suit,
Mm-hmm.
the Crisis, like the Crisis Brendan Routh suit,
The Kingdom Come outfit.
yeah,
Okay.
and then the Fleischer Superman suit that Tyler Hoechlin
Oh yeah.
wore in the flashback. That would
Yeah.
be like number three,
Yeah.
and then Superman Returns and everything else.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, four. I mean, five would be the one that Tyler Hoechlin just wears to his show.
Mm-hmm.
Then everything else after that.
But bringing it back to Hawkeye for a second, like
Yeah.
it's got that kind of Matt Fraction Hawkeye look. Like he's got the purple arrow on his chest.
You see this?
Um, it's on Twitter. Like I'm sure if you search up Hawkeye, like you'll find it in in seconds. But like, I think it looks neat. I'm not too huge on it. I would have preferred like if they actually just had him in
They
like a,
should just go. They should go full in.
yeah. It's just like I would have preferred
Just
just like a black T-shirt with that kind of purple arrow, like a like the since they're taking so much inspiration from the Matt Fraction book, then uh, I just would have gone with that. Something simple, something kind of like that. But um,
I mean, I've said it plenty on like Twitter. I'm done with realism in superhero movies. It was great in like the Nolan movies. I don't care. Just give me superheroes in ridiculous costumes.
I
All I
want to
want.
see Batman fight mud monsters and crocodile men.
Hmm. I want Clayface already.
Yeah,
I want Kid Croc. I want the craziest things you can think of. I want Batman to go against Polka Dot Man,
yeah.
and I want Batman to wear trunks on the outside, and Superman, unnegotiable.
Speaking of costumes, I guess I'll include this in the episode. But did you see the concept art for the Flash movie? I don't know if it's real or not. I don't want to say it is because it's
Don't
just.
don't don't talk to me about this. The concept art makes me want to cry.
I'm on the fence about saying if it's for the movie or not, but just looking at it, it looks really weird. Like,
Like, there's a few things I need to change. Um, One, he doesn't have any golden boots, so it's wrong. Two, he needs like his like lightning bolt belt or whatever,
yeah, he needs the belt.
and then he needs like lightning bolt stuff around his wrists. Just generally more lightning design through his costume, because I mean, I think basically the perfect Flash costume would be the season 7 suit, golden boots.
Hmm.
I mean, that would basically be perfect. So,
It's basically like how the Henry Cavill Superman suits is just like it's all one color and there's not really anything to kind of break it apart. So
yeah, I mean, that's why I hate how they've designed these DCU suits, because they're so bland.
I
Give it
think
some
the
color,
only like
give it some depth.
I think like the only characters post Justice League, because Aquaman like he had a badass suit at the end of the movie, and
Wa-
it's ridiculous as
Yeah,
shit, but
in
like
his own movie, it's fantastic.
yeah,
Also, Wonder Woman 84, Wonder Woman suit is awesome.
yeah.
It's
It's
so
I mean yeah,
colorful
it's the
and it's
same.
awesome.
It's the same armor, which I liked beforehand, but it's they brightened it up and it looks a whole lot better. But
Yeah.
uh, I mean Ben Affleck Batman, we've praised like the
His
BVS costume.
yeah, his BVS suit is really good.
I saw an
That
edit
that
today that
but
put
that
the.
Superman suit is a no-no.
I saw an edit today. I don't know if you saw this, but somebody put the trunks back in to
Really?
yeah. They put the trunks in and then they brightened up the utility belt. It's like
See,
it looks
he
awesome.
searched this up. Batman needs trunks, so anybody who says otherwise is wrong.
Um, I mean, I don't mind either. I don't hate trunks. I some costumes I really like the trunks, like the Hush outfit, like Jim Lee's Hush.
Oh, I just found this. This is awesome.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
perfect.
like he's got like slightly bigger ears and um
Yeah. I mean,
um
I think one thing we're missing a lot in Batman movies is longer ears and trunks.
yeah, but it's, yeah, it's just that's the one thing about like these studio movies that I want to see more of in the future. Like, it's a comic book movie.
I want less realism. more comic bookiness.
Yeah.
Like
Like, let it.
I think the MCU has made some dips into comic bookiness, like Thor Ragnarok, incredibly goofy, incredibly comic booky.
Hmm.
Um, WandaVision, completely ridiculous,
Hmm.
and that's why I love it. So I think uh, the witch costume is awesome.
Yeah.
Sam Wilson's Captain America costume, awesome, incredibly comic booky and
Hmm.
awesome.
Yeah.
We need more of that. Like, and if we do get a Superman reboot, use that theme and give him Trunks. Suit bright, make him Superman.
Yeah.
Don't make him dark and moody. I want dark and moody.
Hmm.
I want Superman.
Yeah.
Superman isn't a god. He's your friend.
Right.
Anyways, just put the comic book back in comic book movies.
Hmm.
And look at Batman Forever. That's a living comic book right there. So
It's definitely, got those comic book colors for sure.
yeah, I mean Joel Schumacher knew better than pretty much. I mean most of the people working today.
Um, yeah. Studio hasn't changed much, but anyway, it is fun.
Yeah.
Um, I just anyway, back to the Hawkeye costume. Like, it looks okay.
Hmm.
Like, I want to see more of it. Like an official look of it, but from all
And
accounts,
if
it
he
looks.
doesn't, if he doesn't get that mask,
I just
I
want to see it at
will
some point.
riot.
Like, just at some point.
I'll even take like a little box with the mask in it, kind of like what they did with Wolverine.
Mm. Just hopefully you put it in the show rather instead of the cutting room floor.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take that at the very least, but just put on the mask.
Hmm. So the moving on to the last topic I wanted to mention, Invincible, which I don't think you've been keeping up with.
I've watched a few episodes. I mean, it's pretty good so far.
Yeah. At the time of this recording, the final episode is coming out tomorrow, which I'm really
Yeah,
excited about. Um, you know,
I'm probably gonna catch up.
um, absolutely digging the show. Like, I've been loving it so far, and every episode, the bar gets even higher, and I get really excited.
Animation is great.
Yeah, I honestly really like the
Like I
animation.
don't think people talk about it enough. It's really great.
I mean,
Like it's
sometimes like
like
it can be
it's
really
DC,
stilted.
it's like I think it's a mix of like DCAU with Earth's Mightiest Heroes,
Hmm. Yeah,
which is that's a good sign.
yeah, it's it's definitely like a really like great show. If you guys haven't watched it,
Hmm.
please go watch it. They announced today that because we
Next season.
figured that they'd renew it for another season, but the
Hmm.
Twitter account, the Twitter account has been like absolutely hilarious. Um, like, I see all of their posts and they make me laugh so much. But they renewed
It's awesome.
Invincible for another 2 seasons. So
thought
they'll
it
be
was
getting.
just I thought it was just another season.
Yeah.
2 seasons.
Well,
Nice.
I think they said they were like, oh, we're gonna do Invincible season 2, and then the Twitter account is like, you know what, we'll do one even better. Instead of we're gonna get season 2 and season 3. So
I love
um,
that account.
I'm excited. I hope as the show goes on, it keeps to that same standard. And
Quality, yeah.
yeah, um,
And do we have a lot of awesome comic book content right
we
now?
do, like, especially for
We have
television. Like,
we have Invincible, Superman and Lois, Stargirl. Haven't seen it, but like heard people love the boys.
oh, I love the boys so much.
Um, Falcon and Winter Soldier, obviously. WandaVision.
Yeah, there honestly is like a lot of awesome stuff for superhero TV and
Yeah,
um,
I mean, I think Superman and Lois is coming back soon.
I haven't been keeping up with it. Like I watched the first couple episodes and it just kind of since I've been
It's
busy
it's
with stuff
fantastic.
lately. Like I want to go through it
Like
at some point.
it's smooth. It's film quality too, which is awesome.
Yeah, yeah. It's a nice change of pace from the other CW shows, which are literally just like it's. I mean, it's a CW show, so like, um, so
Like
you
my
got that.
thing, like I obviously have watched a lot of the CW. Legends of Tomorrow continues to to stab a dagger into my heart.
Yeah.
I like maybe 3 seasons of that show,
Hmm.
and just got worse and worse and worse. Flash had 2 great seasons. Arrow had like 3 great seasons. Two mid seasons.
Hmm.
And there's also season 8, which I think is really good. Besides Crisis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy, Crisis.
Stu- like don't want to start a war here. Tyler Hoechlin is a better Superman than Henry Cavill. So
mm,
there you go.
yeah.
He actually acts like Superman.
Right.
He has that goofy charm.
Yeah. I like I've really enjoyed him as the years went on. I was really like I mean apprehensive at first when he
I
showed up
mean,
on Supergirl, but
yeah, I mean he was good on Supergirl, but they didn't write him very well.
yeah, and then when they announced like oh he's getting his own show, I'm just like okay, I don't know if I'm gonna be too invested. Like
I was kind of worried because I thought it was just gonna be another CW show.
yeah, and then that first episode, man, like it was just
Uh those
fantastic.
those 15 minutes distilled everything I love about Superman into those 15 minutes.
Mm, yeah.
Such a great show. And we're so lucky right now. I don't know why people are complaining so much.
Yeah. Yeah, if there's a theme for this episode, it's definitely people complaining on the internet, which
Yeah.
um, people should stop that. So that's pretty much all the topics that I wanted to talk about, unless you have
Yeah, I mean
anything.
that's pretty much it.
Yeah. All right, we'll just end it off
Do
right
you,
here.
do you want to do you want to talk do you want to talk about future projects?
Yeah, we can mention. We can bring that up. What do you have working on that you'd like to tell everyone about?
I'm working on the rest of my top 10 favorite film series. I released my Sherlock Holmes video a while ago. I fought tooth and nail to keep it on YouTube,
I was gonna
even
say
though
like
Warner
you had a struggle there to get that
I
video
got
up.
striked. I got striked for you guys, so you better watch it.
Wow.
Get striked, so I had to do stupid copyright school so they wouldn't keep it on.
Hmm. Yeah, copyright is a
Um,
tricky bastard.
mhm. I mean, it's like I'm not even getting any money off of this,
No.
and a video will get people to want to watch your movie and give you money.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
it's kind of whack. But still, yeah, I'm working on the rest of that series. The next one will be Batman: Mask the Phantasm, best Batman movie.
Fantastic.
Eh, And if you think otherwise, you're just wrong, guys.
Yeah.
Just wrong. As far as
um.
someone says, as far as someone says BVS, I'm gonna come after you. Um,
Yeah.
and I'm just trying to make more consistent content.
Hmm.
I did do a collab top 5 favorite animated Batman movies. Something Central. It's also up, and I think you guys should check it out. It's a solid video,
Mm.
and I didn't put any video in there, so I didn't get copyrighted.
Yeah.
That's about it. I'm probably gonna do. After that series, I'm probably gonna do like top 10 favorite live action shows, deep dives in those shows, which will take a lot longer because I'll be doing season by season basis. So yeah, that's about it. That's about it for what I'm doing in the future. How about you?
Um, well, I'm just trying to get the next review worked on. I'm been kind of busy with other things, so just haven't really had a whole lot
Yeah,
of
I'd
time
imagine.
to dedicate to that. But I'm I'm laying on the brakes somewhat. I have some videos that I've been working on other than the reviews that it might be coming out here really soon. I just got to edit them and
Interesting.
get them up. But uh, yeah, I want to try and get this. You know, I want to start the editing for the review by the start of next month and kind of release it by the tail end. But I'm trying. that's
Yeah,
that's all
I
I
mean,
can really say about it.
we're both trying our best to,
Yeah.
make more content. Obviously, Marvel is better at it, but let's not compare.
Yeah. Um, yeah. This is gonna be a big one for sure. It's gonna be a big video, and I'm really
That's
excited.
good.
I'm excited, honestly. And not only finishing off the Arkham games, and
Oh yeah.
we're gonna be moving on to bigger and better things, and a lot.
Are you ever gonna do the Spider-Man games?
The Insomniac ones.
Yeah.
Um, watch the end of my Arkham Knight review, and you'll get your answer.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much all from me. But um, anyway, folks, we're gonna head out of here. I hope
Good
you,
night, nerds.
I hope you enjoyed the episode, and be sure to stay tuned next Friday for whatever else we come up with on the podcast. And
Same bat time, same bat channel.
yeah, subscribe, share, all that, whatever. Anyway, take
Mhm.
care.